You guys, Brianna Chickenfry has found herself in more drama surrounding her friendship ending with Grace. She spoke out on the BFFs podcast, and things are not looking good as people did not love what she had to say about their friendship ending and all the details kind of behind that. So many TikToks are being made reacting to what she had to say, and they're all pretty much taking Grace's side. And we're going to spill on what exactly she had to say about their friendship and everything that is currently going on right now. To recap what's gone on here, for a while now, fans have been speculating on the status of Grace and Brianna's friendship. Since she started dating Zach Bryan, fans noticed that her dynamic with Grace had shifted, and it made fans really sad about the two of them because they have been friends since they were kids and didn't want to see a guy come between them. Brianna had gotten a ton of hate over this, but when her and Zach broke up, fans thought that this would be a time for her to possibly repair things with Grace and things could go back to normal, but that wasn't exactly the case. After the breakup, it was made known that Zach had in fact come between Grace and Brianna. We heard Brianna talk about events of Zach screaming at Grace and making her friends cry, and this all just taking a toll on her friendships. People felt bad for Brianna though, and some could relate to being so consumed by a toxic relationship and really praised her for not taking the $12 million hush money NDA offer he had on the table. But when Brianna recently posted that she was revamping the Plan Bri podcast, she caught Grace off guard. Grace posted on Instagram stories to say that she was blindsided by Brianna posting this because she was under the impression that Plan Bri was ending for good, and they were going to announce this in a joint statement, and she was waiting for Brianna in order to post this said statement. So with news that Brianna was moving on without her and letting the world know this, she voiced her opinion saying that she was still staying at Barstool, but Plan Bri was no more, at least with her, and that she didn't want it to be this way, but this was the situation. After this, Brianna received a ton of backlash, and then she started going around talking bad about Grace in DMs to fans, trying to justify the whole situation, and the screenshots going around were bad, with one message she allegedly sent saying, "You have no idea, she's evil, two sides to every story, she's cruel, manipulating, awful, I cut her off months ago." Brianna, Dave, and Josh then did a BFFs episode where they talked about the current situation, and it didn't make Brianna look any better in the eyes of fans. She was basically saying that she started Plan Bri originally and was the one who brought Grace on, and she's done a lot for her over the years and said that she was always there for her and would do anything for her. But when it came to her relationship, Grace and Zach did not get along, and Grace hated Zach, Zach hated Grace, and Grace saw things firsthand of how toxic they were. And when Brianna was talking about how much hate she was getting online, she was really hurt that Grace wasn't defending her because she said that, Grace was seeing what was going on, and she just felt like Grace should have said something.
She knew how hard it was. She knew everything behind the scenes. I remember me and you having a conversation about this at one of Zach's concerts where this is when the internet started attacking me, and they were raising Grace up. They only lift Grace up when they're beating me down. It's never they could never just
it was always attached.
It was always attached.
Oh, Grace is awesome. Grace is awesome because Bree's so bad.
And then it was just always they couldn't lift both of us up. It was just always having to put me down, and it was whatever, because it helped her career, and she was fine and happy about it. But it got to a point where she was never defending me, and she knew everything that was happening behind the scenes. And that's when I had the conversation with you. I'm like, Josh, what do I do? This is really hard. And you were just you kind of just have to be the bigger person, or let it run its course.
A lot of people have responded to this online saying they don't know what she wanted Grace to get online and defend, because clearly Brianna was staying with Zach, someone who was terrible to her and her friends. So what was she supposed to say? Because the internet was mad, speculating that he was coming in between her and Grace, and he literally was. But it sounded like Brianna wanted Grace to be on her side still somehow, some way.
And you were just you kind of just have to be the bigger person, or let it run its course.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a difficult spot to be in because I'm friends with both you and Grace, right? And I have you coming to me on one side being these people are saying this online to me. I have all these comments, this narrative is starting to be built. And the one person that's supposed to be in my corner all the time isn't in my corner because she's getting praise from it. And then I'm hearing from the opposite end from Grace, I love Bree so much. I know this relationship is killing her, and I'm trying to tell her that. I'm trying to share that with her, but she doesn't even seem to care that she's being destroyed right now, and I'm her friend, and I care, so it's hurting me. So you see what I'm saying? How there's the two sides.
She also wanted to clear up this narrative that she let Zach be mean to Grace.
That narrative is crazy because people are Brianna let Zach treat Grace like this. They hung out 9 times. One bad thing happened, I never brought him around ever again. I was like, that's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, I wasn't trying to say that. I wasn't saying you let. I was not saying
let me neither.
I was saying.
Brianna goes on to talk about officially ending Plan Bri in October because of all the hate that she was receiving. And she got emotional talking about how Grace was getting all this love and wasn't coming out online to defend her and any of the hate that she was getting. Like, she was truly really hurt by Grace not standing up for her publicly, feeling like she was staying quiet because the public liked her so much.
Grace's and I relationship, like, while I was dating Zach, like, that these are 2 separate conversations. Like, I would go to her and be like, but I feel like because you hate Zach so much, like, you're forgetting to separate that I'm your best friend. Like, you can, like, it's gonna make me cry. Like, you can hate him, but you can still, like, be there for me. And she never was. And like, she knew everything that I was going through, and she watched the internet, like, just harp onto it for a fucking year. And like, this started in May. Like, I went to her in May and I was like, Grace, like, you know everything that I'm going through, and you, like, thank you. And you still, like, refuse to defend me online because it, like, helps build you up. And like, she just would always be like, well, I know the truth. Everyone knows that we're best friends and like everything you've done for me. So I'm like, why don't you fucking say that online and like stop feeding into this narrative? Because I know it helped her and like it built her up and stuff. And like, I was okay to sit back for a little bit, but I ended the podcast in October because it was like a forum to just like bully me.
Brianna just got ripped up after this podcast, and Dave even publicly spoke out about how he's never seen such hate towards someone before.
Ryan, I have never seen anybody get hate like this. It's crazy. And it's nuts. A long, consistent hate.
This all came boiling over when Grace then posted this week that she was actually going to be leaving Barstool. She posted on Monday that it was going to be her last day. She said, I wanted you guys to hear from me first that this is my last day at Barstool. I'm so grateful to everyone at the company and to Dave for taking a chance on me. I'm just as surprised as you are. There are no typos in this statement. This came as a shock because originally Grace had posted saying, I'm staying at Barstool. So everyone was like, what the heck happened? Fans were in a frenzy speculating what was going on. Dave then shared a post on the BFFs Instagram with the caption, Grace quit Barstool, there are no hard feelings. He then posted a video that included a screenshot of his text with her to show that she initiated the conversation.
But Grace quit, and she was under contract another year. Grace is gonna do what Grace is gonna do. I wish her nothing but the best. I've never not liked Grace. I've always liked Grace. So all you people up my right now, you think you know everything, you know nothing. Let me just tend to my girl, Miss Peaches, who needs me, all right? And go back to your miserable lives and don't pit these two against each other and root for both of them.
Fans were just feeling like she probably left because the environment at Barstool was probably toxic, with the whole office talking about the situation and possibly being on Brianna's side. So then Dave posted a TikTok where he wanted to go over the entire timeline of events from when Brianna first told him that she wanted to end Plan Bri, because he was tired of the speculation and his ex-wife was getting dragged into the drama because people were like, she looks like Brianna. So they were like, Dave's on her side because he's in love with her. It got so messy. So he wanted to come out and say some things.
All right, walk and talk, emergency walk and talk. Everybody knows Grace quit yesterday. I'm still getting DMs from people and being like, Dave, you fired her, you're a scumbag for picking sides. People saying her message was subliminal, like she was really forced out. People are nuts. People posting pictures of my ex-wife online, being like, she looks like Bri, so Dave's in love with Bri. It's crazy. Obviously, Zach Bryan starts all this thing. Everyone knows that, and Zach's to Grace, and Bri's getting like just up by Zach. Terrible. They start hating each other. So, October, Bri calls me, texts me, I can't remember what it is, and she's like, Plan Bri, I want to end it. Like, me and O'Malley, we just don't get along anymore. I can't do this with her. And I'm like, all right, fine. You've been through a lot. No big deal. Give you your space. Figure out what you want to do next. Rearrange all the money in the ads there to get it other places. Pain in the ass, whatever. Give them space. right about that time, I text O'Malley. I'm like, O'Malley, heard Plan Bree is ending. I just want to let you know, just because I talk to Bree all the time because I'm on BFFs with her and I'm friends with her, clearly doesn't mean like I don't like you and we don't support you. Like, we're here for you, whatever you need. I just want to let you know, like, we have your back. So I want you to know that.
Dave then says a couple weeks ago he thought Grace was going to quit, but she didn't, and called him asking for her own podcast since Plan Bree was ending, and Dave was stoked. Everything seemed fine, and Brianna was starting to be liked by the public because she turned down the Zach Bryan hush money. But then Brianna posted that she was revamping Plan Bree, and Grace was heard, and posted the multi-part story about being blindsided, and Brianna then got all this hate again, and Dave says that he was not happy that Grace went rogue and made those posts.
This is the only thing where I got mad at Grace, because I read that. I'm like, well, you just threw a grenade and then ran away. Like, I knew reading that people were gonna be mad at Bree, and I didn't get it, because it's like, all right, for months we've known Plan Bree is dead over. We've known that Grace is starting her totally own thing. Plan Bree was Bree's podcast and thing since college. She's retooling it. Like, I don't know, everyone in the company for months knew it was dead in the Grace Bree version. So I don't see what the huge deal was. And from my perspective, that's the only time me and Grace ever like disagreed. I called Grace. I told her exactly how I felt. I'm like, I think that was dog shit that you posted that. Like, we're past this, and it sucks. It's like, you just made life harder for everybody. You could have just handled that privately. And I was in Dave boss mode right then. I'm like, that's bullshit. Hung up the phone, and then I texted her being like, listen, Grace, we want you to be here. I want you to be successful here. Let's just move past this other, and like, you can be a big star here.
If my boss was telling me that something I posted was dog-ish, like, I don't know about that. But he admits that Brianna did mess up as well by going to fans in the DMs, messaging them about Grace, and later shares what Grace said to him when she called him when she was leaving.
And then O'Malley calls me yesterday. We talked. She's like, I think I gotta leave Barstool. It's too toxic. I can't be in the same like work environment as Bree. I get it. Bree had hinted at the same thing. She's like, I don't know if I can do this at Barstool. And again, if they both want to leave, God bless. Like, I'm not trying to stop anything. I want them both to be happy. I want people to stop picking sides. So O'Malley has a year and a half on her contract. I could have been be like, you can't leave. No. Best of luck, O'Malley. And I'm talking to her. I'm like, are you going to tell Bree that you quit? She's like, nope. Like, we don't talk at all. And I even says, like, you know, I know you guys don't like each other, O'Malley, but she's getting so much hate. Like, you could probably ease the situation. Again, come on, BFF, final cut. Let's just like let you guys go your separate ways. Couldn't get it done.
The whole situation is just such a mess, and fans are hoping Grace lands an amazing podcast deal because of all of this somewhere else, since everyone really is standing by her throughout this whole situation. Whitney Cummings even chimed into the drama on TikTok, wondering where the HR is.
I'm sorry, does Barstool Sports not have a human resources department? Or if not, I would like to apply for the job. I'm available. Frankly, you don't even have to pay me. I will do it for free.
A couple people commented, like Bunny XO saying, I'll be the lawyer, and Maren Morris commented saying, I'll be head of HR. I guess we'll just have to see what happens and how everyone moves forward, but it's just not looking good for Bree right now. I think that people are still going to be blaming her for the situation because her talking bad about Grace in the DMs and the way that she spoke about her on BFFs, people are just like, what did you want her to do? Like, your boyfriend was super toxic. He was coming in between your relationship. What was she supposed to defend online? What was she supposed to defend? So that's the conversation right now. I want to know what you guys think about what Bree said, what Dave said. Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.